Hello friends, welcome back and welcome to Vlogmas Day 5. Today is the day that I am going to be doing some family gifts after pondering and contemplating what it was that I wanted to make for holiday gifts for my friends and family. I landed on the idea of making things that support our mental health, that support our heart, that can grant us compassion. And what better way than to do that into some sort of floral herbal tinctures, as well as crafting some candles. I already had the idea of making candles for my friends and family, but I want to make them a little bit more magical, a little bit more intentional and witchy. And I feel like the beginning of the year, it tends to be a very hard time for a lot of folks. There's a lot of pressure to do, to create, to change. And I really want to create and do something that offers my friends and family compassion towards themselves first and foremost. I feel like we tend to be our biggest critics. Yes, there's a lot of noise surrounding us all the time, but it's truly up to us whether we let those words impact us. And I really just want to make something that offers my loved ones just compassion towards themselves. So I really want to focus on heart healing. I want to focus on the mind. So working those two together. As you've seen, I'm currently cleansing some of these glass bottles. I will be making a tincture potion for my friends and family, something that they can anoint their bodies with or an object with. So this is going to be skin safe. And I also want to make some DIY candles. I want to attempt to make taper candles with some sort of floral infusion in them. So I will be doing that. It will be my first time making taper candles, but we'll see how they come out. Even if they come out wonky, I am having a wonky holiday season, and the wonkier the better. If the taper candles come out crooked, then that's perfect on theme for what I'm going for this year. So we're going to spend the day in my kitchen, friends, just crafting potions, making candles, and having a magical day and setting all my love and intention towards the things that I'm crafting. I woke up feeling very soft and very intentional. I really want to take the opportunity, as I am in this mental space, to infuse how I'm feeling into the things that I will be crafting today. So as always, friends, I hope that you enjoy another Vlogmas video. Today will be a little bit more slower. Maybe I won't be talking as much. I hope that's okay. I just want to stay rooted in the intention of today and focus on on creating these intentional gifts for my friends and family. I figured we would pull an oracle card from my oracle deck that I've been using quite a lot recently to set even more the intention of what we're doing today. Or maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's something that we all need to hear as a community, as a collective. So let's see what comes out. Oh, okay. We have the butterfly friends, which is funny because if you've seen my last vlog, I purchased a little butterfly ornament, a little monarch butterfly, and I mentioned how much I love butterflies. I am an air sign, so I really resonate with birds, butterflies, bees, but most of all, butterflies is my go-to. So butterfly, it says here, transformation, joy, beauty, transience. Oh, I love that. I do feel like many of us are going through some sort of transformation in our lives, and there is so many things in our lives that are sort of coming to the surface that are no longer resonating with us. At least that's true for me. And I'm currently in a transformation phase. There are a lot of things with personal and business wise that I am working through saying goodbye to them so I can open doors for something different, something that has been calling me for a while, but there hasn't been space for that thing to grow because I'm still holding on to certain things. So definitely going through a transformation phase, and I do feel that that transformation will bring me so much joy and transformation in my own journey. So maybe that's also a message for you. I've seen somewhere that you can use, my gosh, what is this called? Aluminum foil to make your taper candle. I have here a taper candle sample. And what you do is you're going to create a sort of plate to put your melted wax on, and then let it dry, and then peel off the aluminum foil once it's dry, and then you roll it into initially what will be a taper candle. I'm not gonna make them this long, so I'm going to start off by trying to make some sort of plate. I want to start off with the candles first, just because that's gonna take a little bit longer. With the anointing oils, it's just all about adding the oil, and then a couple of dried herbs that I have, and some flowers, and then some essential oil. So that's pretty quickly. The candles, however, is what will take a little bit longer. Okay. This is my plate. That will be the plate. Now we gotta melt the wax. So because I want these items to have a connection to the heart, a connection to our mind, I will be working with peppermint as well as rose. I have mentioned before how much I love working with rose. Rose is one of those flowers that has given me so much strength and resilience and love for myself. So I love working with rose, especially in today's world where we tend to self-sabotage so much. Existing can be very hard, and we tend to be very hard on ourselves. So for me, working with rose is one of those flowers that allows me strength to be able to show up for myself and love myself unconditionally. And peppermint is another one that I just learned that is great to support your mental health. It gives you clarity as well as prosperity, but I'm mostly using it for the mental support. And I also think it's great because peppermint, it's the holiday season, so I'm going to combine these two. I don't know how it's going to come out. I'm hoping it smells good. So I'm going to be mixing a couple drops of each, and hopefully I get a florally minty smell. I'm going to start out with just making 2 taper candles and kind of going from there. I also want to see what size I make them because I only have 2 of these bags. These are the bags I use. I've used this before and my candles turned out fine with this, so this is what I've been using. And I only have 2 bags of these. So I'm going to see how much I'm able to do. going to start dropping my oils in here. I'm going to do maybe 4 drops of each. Here goes nothing. This is actually smelling really good. Probably should have started by making one only. Uh-oh, the sleeves are going up. They are, first of all, they smell wonderful in my opinion. It's a very pepperminty floral smell. I'm not a huge fan of peppermint, but surprisingly, this is very nice to the nose. I love them. I added a little actual flower, a dried rose flower, rose bud to the very tip right here. They're very wonky. They're not perfect. I would recommend doing one at a time, especially if it's your first time like me. I was a little too ambitious and I was doing 2 at a time. Well, this is my first batch. But I love them so much. However, I am realizing that they are a little too big for the amount that I want to do and the amount of beeswax that I have. So I am minimizing the size that I'm making them. I'm going to use this size. Basically the size of an oracle card. So what I did is I put it on the foil and then I shaped my plate in which I'm going to pour the beeswax. So I'm going to make them small, and I thought it would be cute to do a little taper candle attached to a tincture jar. Tincture, I can never say that word right. An ointment oil of sorts. So I'll make a small little taper candle and then sort of tie it with twine to the ointment oil, and I think that would be so cute. It'll be like a little taper candle and a little ointment oil. So I love it. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do, because again, these are wonderful. I think these will still be a gift. Maybe I'll keep them to myself. Maybe it'll be a gift for me, but I think I'm just gonna make them smaller and then package them all up all nicely and beautifully. Okay, I'm very excited. Now I'm going to make the same process, but I'm only going to make one into this size and we'll see how it goes. It's many hours later and I finally finished my mini taper candles. I did not expect for it to take this long. I mean, I knew, honestly, I don't know. I've never made taper candles. I was naive. I thought they were going to be pretty simple, but kudos to everyone who's a master at making taper candles, because I was sweating trying to figure out how to shape these babies, and finally it hit me to just use parchment paper to shape them because they were kind of sticking to my hands, and to try and roll them even if they're still a little bit warm. I was trying to fidget with them, give them some sort of shape, but again, I love the wonkiness, I love the crookedness of it, the dents, and I love how they came out. I made a total of 10 and then 2 big taper candles. And I'm glad that I stuck to making the mini ones because I almost ran out of beeswax and I just didn't want to purchase any more beeswax to make these. So I am glad that I had enough to make the taper candles. But yes, if you are planning on making taper candles, I highly recommend using parchment paper to sort of give them shape. I rolled them up first along with the wick. And then once they were rolled, once the wax was rolled, I put them on parchment paper and I tried to give them shape and mush them around. And the parchment paper helped a lot to give them some sort of shape without it sticking to my hands or me breaking the wax. So that helped a lot. I am so happy that I started with the candles because that took a while. So now I want to get started on making the anointment oils. I'm also going to be doing the anointment oils with rose and a little bit of peppermint. I'm just gonna use some jojoba oil. I don't know if it's jojoba or jojoba. I've always called it jojoba, but I don't know. Maybe it's my Spanish in me and I just want to say jojoba or jojoba. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to use jojoba oil. We'll call it that. And I love using just a few drops of castor oil in my anointment oils to give it a little bit of that nourishment feel, a little bit more of a thicker feel, especially right now during winter, but just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way of castor oil. Then I'll infuse it with some essential oils. I have some dried rose petals that I'll put in there, and that will be for the anointment oils. And once my mini taper candles are nice and firm and dry, then I'll go ahead and tie them onto the ointment bottles. I also maybe want to make some sort of little sticker for the bottles. That way whoever I'm gifting it to knows what it is or what you can use it for. So I might just do that as well if I have enough time or the energy. But I'm so happy with how the candles came out. I actually just decided to add a little rosebud to each one of them. I had initially added them to the long taper candles I made, but I figured why not add them to the small mini ones? And they look so good. These two are actually yellow-y because I still had leftover wax that I had bought in before that was that yellow tan color. So those two came out yellow, but the rest of them are white. I would love to in the future experiment with dyeing the wax and making the candles. I love working with candle magic and the correspondence of the colors. So maybe that will be in the future. But for now, here they are. So cute. I just went ahead and added the little rosebuds with melted wax from my candle right here. And they just stick. Hopefully they don't fall. Let's hope I don't spill this. And automatically I spill it. Okay. I hate doing measurements. So I kind of just fill it or do measurements to where I feel is correct. Not the best thing to do, but this is just how I work. And that was a lot. Oh, I'm making a mess. I am making a mess. Ándale. am definitely a chaotic witch. Wake. It's okay if it's messy. It's made with a lot of love. That's what matters. You guys, I lost the little glass droplet. It's in here. It's okay. I think I got all of them. I think. No, I did. I got all of them. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to fish that out somehow eventually. Now for the essential oils, which again I'm using rose and I almost said eucalyptus. Rose and peppermint. Which these are skin safe. I think I'm going to do 2 drops of each, just so it's not too strong. I could have probably done this in a big batch and then dropped everything into here once everything was mixed, but it's okay. Some dried rose petals, which I'm simply just going to crack and pour. Whew, I could smell them. That smells delish. Who knew that rose and peppermint made a good team? I mean, at least I didn't know. I just took a little break to actually make some little mini labels for the anointing oils that I made. This is a completely extra step that I didn't need to do, but I thought it would be nice to give the bottles a name and kind of write what the intention of the bottle is for. So I just made a little sticker label. I made these on Canva and then I cut them myself. They're very not a perfect circle. I thought it would be cool to give the anointment oil an actual name, so I came up with Mindful Heart, considering that these bottles or this anointment oil is going to be for that emotional support, that healing support, that grounding support, that self-love support, that grace support, giving ourselves grace and clarity through the new year, and hopefully offer some sort of balance to our nervous system. So I named it Mindful Heart, and then I just have a little rose in the middle, and then at the bottom I put emotional and clarity support. I am now thinking that I probably should have put somewhere on here that this is a body oil. It's not meant to be ingested, but I suppose I'll just tell whoever I'm giving these gifts to that this is just for your body. Oh, that's gonna look so cute. Okay, let's do this. Let's put them on. Whenever I am working with my magic, I love having whatever tarot or oracle card I pulled still sitting throughout the entire process of me working my magic or whatever ritual it is that I'm doing. So this has been out, the oracle card that we pulled earlier, which was the butterfly. This has been sitting out the whole time while I've been crafting. Oh, that is absolutely cute. Hopefully you guys can see that. I love how these little labels are not perfect circles. Oh, you guys, I love this. These were some quick little labels I made. It took me like 15 minutes to quickly just do do them on Canva and then print them out and cut them. So adorable. Filled with so much magic and healing. I am officially all done. Oh, I love how this came out. This makes me so happy. I ended up doing the 2 big taper candles together, along with an anointment oil. And then the rest is just the little mini taper candles with an oil. I had another idea as I was finishing this up, is to thrift mugs. I think it would be cute to do this with a little thrifted mug and a little tea bag. I am doing presents sort of the same all around for all my family members, just because I don't want to get overwhelmed with doing different things for different people. Luckily, the people in my life have similar interests. They love little things like this, and I think having a little thrifted mug with a little tea bag of sorts will complement this gift nicely. I have made it to my living room floor and the pups are going crazy. It is their zoomy time, so they go crazy during this time of the day. Oh, hi Bilbo. And here's Dobie. All right, go. You better not jump over me. Don't do it. Sorry for the ruckus, you guys, but this is what life is. It has been such a beautiful day creating the tinctures and candles. It's been a beautiful day full of just magic and intention. And I'm just so grateful for my spiritual and witchy practice, because it's truly that place I go to reconnect, to feel empowered, to ground myself. Don't mind Dobie going in on his toy in the background. And I feel like with the busyness of just what life is and everything that just life demands from us, it can be easy to not nurture our spiritual and witchy practices, or whatever it might be, whether it's a mindful practice. It doesn't even have to be spiritual or witchy related, but those practices that really ground us and make us feel connected to ourselves and connected to the present moment. It's so easy to forget those things. It's so easy to bypass those things or kind of push those things aside because life is very demanding. And I just want to remind you, it's okay. It's okay. We do what we can, but remember that it is those practices that really reconnect us to ourselves. And I by no means am a perfect practitioner of any sort. There are days, even weeks, that I go without sometimes doing my rituals or those practices that keep me grounded. Life gets busy for so many of us, but I try my best to show up, because I know when I show up, I am showing up for myself. I am all about making my practice practical. I love seeing the extravagant rituals and practices and the beautiful meanings behind them, but oh my gosh, my brain cannot. I need things that are accessible and fairly not complicated to do or navigate. And I just find that when I simplify my practice, it becomes easier for me to show up. I suppose what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to do anything extravagant for that practice to have meaning or to be powerful. It can be the simplest of things, especially if you don't have a lot of energy. I live with a chronic illness, and one of those side effects is sometimes fatigue. So my practices oftentimes look simple, but oh my gosh, the intention behind them is what matters. And when I put all my love and my intention for that ritual to be what I want it to be, it's very significant and very empowering for me. What matters is the intention, friends, and I hope you remember that. And that intention is coming from you, what you want that practice to do for you, what you want that ritual, that candle to do for you. It can be as simple as sitting in front of a candle, meditating for 5 minutes. It can be as simple as closing your eyes and just whispering a small prayer or an affirmation of sorts. And these guys are going crazy still for this toy. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me cut this shorter. I hope you guys got the gist of what I was trying to say. It's okay to have a simple spiritual witchy routine. What matters is to show up for your practice whenever it is that you can, because in so you are showing up for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this day with me, friend. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate your company. Before I leave you, I want to share the very enjoyable ritual we have all been enjoying to end these vlogs, and that is reading a poem. I came across this one recently, actually, on Pinterest. It is written by The Past Life and titled Choose the Climb. It's never easy to stay the same, to point at life and shift the blame. But real growth waits beyond the wall, where comfort ends and courage calls. The hardest road will teach you more than open doors you walked before. It's where you're stretched and hurt and tired that you become your own supplier. So choose the climb. Though steep and high, you'll find your wings along the sky. And when you reach the mountain's crown, you'll know you built it from the ground. I hope that wherever you find yourself today, you choose kindness for yourself. See you again soon, friend.